I am cooking. See, I am cooking. We are cooking. Okay, she is cooking.
Rico.toro, que location Santiago.
From the rooftop in Santiago. Some kind of high-rise action over there. What's that? Pretty quiet residential neighborhood. I stayed here last year once when I was in town a couple days for some other kind of stuff. But this time I'm here for the cardiologist. Yeah. City apartment without a balcony. Gotta go to the roof sometimes, just like anywhere. But last time I was here, it was during the curfews of COVID. It was like 7 p.m. curfew, so it's a little different, much different now than before. Back in Santiago a couple days, and like I always do, when I stay away from Sosua, I get a little clip of the Airbnb. So actually this location right here is kind of good luck, because the last time I was here, shot a video sitting right there, and it's my most watched, the straight game one, 32,000 views. So here it is, just small glimpse. Typical city apartment where the little sofa is in the kitchen. And little art on the wall. I was actually trying to book a different apartment this time because I'm gonna be a few days with a pool, but I don't know. My internet kept freezing up or whatever and timed out twice on me when I was trying to pay. And when I restarted, something just told me, go ahead with what I know. So I'm in kind of small 1-bedroom, but good sized bed, good sized TV. And yeah, more to come on the Santiago visit. Ricotoro. Alright. So those that think that I have my energy back, I wish that was the case, but no, I just do these videos when I feel like I have a little burst in me. But the reality is I'm still pretty drained, exhausted a lot of times because, well, the reason for the Santiago visit was cardiovascular related. I'm going to get into the Sosua Beach thing in a minute. I just want to go down there in person in the morning and check it out for myself before I report back to you guys. So stay tuned, it's coming in this video. So not the typical Ricotoro que location in Santiago that I predicted, because I spent like 12 hours or 10 hours of my day of the 2 days I was there in Corazones del Cibal. Corazones del Cibal, which is Hearts of the Cibal. And I just found out myself, so for those of you that don't know, this Cibao, C-I-B-A-O, it references a large part of the Dominican Republic, but not the whole island. It encompasses Santiago, Puerto Plata, Sosua, Cabarete, up to Nagua, and then down to, I think, East Santo Domingo, and some areas in between. Like I say, don't quote me on all of that. I just learned out what the Cibao is, so a little geography. So anyways, as you can tell by the thumbnail, yeah, I was there for a pretty serious analysis, some pretty serious checks regarding my heart. and don't need any more advice. Got a ton of advice, and it just stresses me out. But I appreciate the well wishes. Give me a thumbs up for a little support. Subscribe if you haven't. But I appreciate the well wishes from you guys. Keeps me going, and there's more to be done. But I gotta say, the thoughts that were going through my mind yesterday, and I think this could happen to anybody going through any procedures related to their heart. Well, in my mind, first off, I was told before the procedure that the difference between what my insurance would cover for me to have to pay out of pocket would be like 4,000 to 5,000 pesos. So I'm like, all right. Well, I'm on like the operating table, and this might be too much information for some. I don't care. So there's a lot of blood. Well, I am taking a blood thinner because that's what the doctor prescribed me, for my current conditions. So it makes things more difficult. Made them have to do some things a little different. And I was in quite a bit of pain and pretty uncomfortable. And, the thumbnail of me telling you this is just me being real, me being open, me showing you that despite some of the nonsense, some of the antics that I show you, that I'm a real human being, just like you are. At least I think all of you are real human beings. So, anyways, I'm basically like, okay, this is going to cost me more money because they're doing this in some extra steps or something. First off, but that wasn't the biggest part. The other part of me is thoughts are going through my head like, all right, my little lady that was helping me with the appointments, she's basically got in her possession, my personal belongings, which include, my wallet, credit cards, bank card, cash that was in my pockets. She's got all that stuff out there. She's in the waiting area. What if she just decides to leave and jack me for whatever she can and don't come back? I'm being released into the streets of Santiago with nothing, not ID, not bank cards, not ways to get the money that I have in the bank, etc. Because you've probably heard some of those horror stories about guys that have girlfriends, living girlfriends, wives, etc. for like 4 or 5 years, and the guy dies in the house, and the girl just steps right over the body, empties the safe, takes all the cash, the jewelry, the belongings, never reports it to the police, never calls his family or nothing, just disappears in plain sight. And so I gotta admit, stuff like that was going through my head, like what if this is the day? Am I gonna have to tell her should I call her, have her called into the operating room and tell her to call my emergency contacts now? I gotta say, this was the first time I really felt like it could have been the day. But fortunately, I'm here to talk about it, and hopefully I'll do the same thing after whatever procedure they recommend. And I'll keep you guys posted on that. So, stay tuned. You're gonna hear about the Sosua Beach evolution, my opinions, and what seems to be the case right now. So, I'm here coming into Playa Sosua. So if y'all been paying attention at all, it took a little effort for me today to come down here. But for me to talk about the beach, Sosua Beach, it's just one of them places I like to be at if I'm gonna talk about it. So you see I'm right at the entranceway. I'm not really gonna walk far for obvious reasons already covered. And I don't wanna, but so, yeah, there are businesses open. There are some people here, so it's not dead, I'm kind of in the agreement with some other people to think it's going to be a soft closing and a gradual process. Yesterday, the Beach Association, the owners of the businesses met at Valero. I do know that much. And so, quick disclaimer, PSA. So, yeah, the thumbnail might be a little shocking, aggressive of me, in the hospital bed. But that's for two reasons. One, obviously, okay, yes, it made you click on the video. Two, I'm never been a woe is me type of dude. It's really to make people think a little bit, just as out of kindness and consideration for others, whether you really like me too much or not, that has nothing to do with it so much, the PSA. It's just, before you ask a friend or family member to borrow money, before you ask a friend or family member or, a social media personality, before you ask somebody for information, ask them how their day is. Ask them how they are once in a while. Don't be that guy. Don't be that inconsiderate guy. I just think some people need to think twice before being that guy that is just looking for free information, a free ride, just looking to take without ever really considering how others are doing, how others are. They're just thinking about their own personal issues and problems in the moment, and I mean, we're all guilty of that sometimes. I'm not perfect. I admit I'm guilty of that sometimes, so, just something to think about. The contact and the Cash App is in the description, as always. So there we go, a little update. Sosua Beach. You still got Playa Alicia. Playa Alicia is a nice touch, actually. Really, it depends on what you come to the beach for. Everybody's different. Some people do, believe it or not, despite all the shade and restaurants and things, and busyness in Playa Sosua, some people do like Playa Alicia. Some people, you go get a chair, umbrella, take one of your ladies there, get in the water. They do have some restaurants. They're a little high end, but then again, prices on Sosua Beach are not really that cheap either. And also you got that little park at Playa Alicia area, like in the evening sometimes when it's not too hot. Take one of your little shorties, grab some ice cream at the Bond ice cream place near New Garden, and just walk straight down and sit in the park and eat your ice cream with your shorty. It's a nice little touch. So if you're late and blanked, whatever so far, hit the thumbs up. Go ahead, hit that subscribe. Suscribir. Rico.t.toro.